Howdy folks, and welcome back to World of Tanks with the mighty Jingles. I'm actually away from home today, and so this video and tomorrow's video were all recorded on Monday. I had to quickly blast out 3 videos in order to make up for the 2 days I was going to be away at a super top secret gaming event that I'm not allowed to talk about. I will be able to talk about and produce a video on whatever it is I've been doing for the last 2 days at some point in the future, but right now, mum's the word. All I can tell you is it's got nothing to do with wargaming. Anyway, on with the show. This is RMHawkeye in the American Tier 5 T-67 tank destroyer. It's pretty good matchmaking for a T-67, he's top tier. Actually, this thing used to be called something different once upon a time, a while back, and I can't remember what it was. They introduced a new tank that had the same name, and so to avoid confusion, they renamed this the T-67. Was it the T-37? The light tank? I can't remember. I'm sure somebody will remind me in the comments. This thing's always been considered a bit of a seal clubber's machine, insofar as you can actually seal club at Tier 5. I mean, you should know what you're doing by the time you've managed to get to Tier 5 in World of Tanks, but, well, then again, it's possible to seal club at Tier 10, playing against hopeless idiots who don't have a clue about what they're doing. So if you can do it at Tier 10, yeah, fair enough, you can seal club at Tier 5 as well. Careful distinction, of course, has to be drawn between a noob and a newbie. I suppose you're only really seal clubbing if you're harvesting the tiers of newbies who don't know any better. Noobs, on the other hand, exist at all tiers and are never going to know any better, so they're fair game. Oh, I've just remembered, it was the T-69. That's what this thing used to be called, not the T-67. And when the American autoloaders were introduced, they decided people are going to get confused, so they renamed this thing to the T-67. And I'm pretty sure they gave it a new turret into the bargain. Anyway, back to the game. Absolutely nothing happening out here in the field. And there's only him and a Panzer IV out here. So he hadn't spotted anything while he was busy gimping bush like an absolute pro. Everybody else seems to be having fun in the town. Both teams have lost 1 tank. Although only about half of the enemy team have been spotted at this point, but, well, there are 6 tank destroyers on the enemy team, so that's not particularly surprising. There's an Excelsior up there who has not been having a particularly good time so far, and his day just appears to be getting worse. Yeah. The casualties are starting to mount up. 3 each. No. They managed to nail... Oh. Hawkeye's lost one of his platoon mates. So the enemy team have a slight advantage at the moment, which just keeps appearing to be getting better. 5 kills to 3. 6 kills to 3. What is going on in the town? Hawkeye has spent far too long not actually taking part in this battle. He's going to have to get stuck in, of course. Spotted. Move, 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 and yep, there we go. Ridgeline absolutely crawling with tank destroyers. But the Panzer IV has managed to kill one of them, and T-28. It looked like Hawkeye was trying to right-click to auto-aim at him and take a shot, and you never know, you might get lucky, but his priority has to be to get the hell out of here, because, yep, you just know that everybody on that ridgeline was turning their guns around and aiming up at him. Took a hit, blew his tracks off, burned the repair kit. Panzer IV continuing to put fire into targets on the ridge, but of course, now nobody can see them. Hawkeye still hasn't fired a single shot, and there are only 5 tanks left alive on his team. Gonna have to start doing better, Hawkeye. Where you going now? Oh, I think he likes the look of that Hetzer, who may, if he's lucky, be facing the other way, trying to shoot the Panzer IV. And he is! Hooray! Oh, bollocks, he missed. But he knows you're here now. 3rd shot. Ooh, he was lucky to take a Hetzer out. Sloped armour at the front. Might not be particularly thick, but deceptively trollish. There are now only 2 tanks left alive on his team. He's fired 3 shots, which, if you look on the bright side, means he's got plenty of ammo left to spare for the 8 surviving enemy tanks. There's just him and that Panzer IV left. Unfortunately for the Panzer IV, they know where he is, and they're all coming to get him. Oh, he's managed to claim another kill, but I don't think he's going to get any more. That's, yeah. Oh dear. Come on, Hawkeye. Help the fella out. Nope. Hawkeye, you're now the last tank left alive on your team against 8 enemies. Make that 7 enemies. Surprisingly, and luckily, he didn't get spotted by that M4 Sherman. Or anybody else for that matter. Then again, the Sherman appeared to be using the stock 75mm gun, which suggests that he may have also had the stock turret, which only has a 330m view range, and he was 350 meters away, so perhaps not that surprising after all. Still, they know he's out here in the field somewhere. So once again, he's camping bush. Yeah, they're all going out looking for him. Oh, hello, KV-1S. Well, if a Sherman couldn't spot him from 350 meters away, there is no way the KV-1S is going to see him from that range. One more? Oh, not quite. Where did he go? Risks the shot, and it doesn't happen. But once again, he did not get spotted. Still, they don't have to be geniuses to figure out from which direction the shots were coming, so time to relocate. Got to keep them guessing. Distinct lack of actual concealment around here, however. But it's tier 5, vehicles don't have a huge view range at tier 5, so as long as he skirts wide around the field, there's the KV-1S, and that guy's on 4 kills. Doesn't appear to know he's been spotted. Well, okay. 5 of them left. Camps the bush again, waits to see what happens, nothing spotted. Sixth sense doesn't go off. Let's go. Where did that M43 go? You'd think at some point somebody on the enemy team, possibly, there it is, possibly the M43, might consider camping, and it probably is him. In fact, it's not just him. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you're witnessing a rare display of intelligence from the enemy team. They're all crowding into the cap circle mob-handed, which is leaving Hawkeye with not long. He can't afford to do anything subtle here. He has to motor straight to that cap circle, where he's going to have to kill multiple enemy tanks, and they have to know he's going to be approaching them from the field. This is actually quite smart. They're not giving him the time to use his mobility to approach that cap circle from an unexpected direction. Oh, he's managed to... No, it's not going to be good enough. He hit the martyr, but that guy was obviously the last one to make it into the cap circle. I'm just going to pause it here so you can see exactly how little time he has to reset this cap, even after hitting that martyr once. 0 seconds! That's how little time he has left to reset the cap. The martyr clearly was the last machine to make it into the cap circle, and just didn't have enough capture points to make much of a difference. So he kills the martyr, which buys him just enough time to get one more shot off, and there, the M43, that's the target he needed to hit. Bear in mind, he's got 3 tank destroyers, all sitting in the cap circle, all with their guns pointing in the right direction, and they still couldn't kill him. And he had to sit there shooting at them. He needed to get them killed before the rest of the team show up, of which there are now only 2, and one of them is that T-28, which only had about 30 health, which he spotted way back at the beginning of the game. Be useful to know where that Stewart is, though. He hasn't been spotted this entire game, and he's a fast target and can be very difficult to hit. Oh, there he is. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Well, he doesn't just take the shot, because the Stewart's close enough to spot him. That's why he backs up. And the Stewart's just spamming his autocannon in the general direction from which the shots were coming. But he was smart there, because he doesn't know where that T-28 is. He could have just sat there and shot up the Stewart, but he backed off first so the Stewart wouldn't see him by moving out of his view range in order to get the kill. And now it's just that T-28. Do you think that guy is still going to be sitting in the exact same location where he was last seen all the way back at the beginning of this game? It's possible, it's not particularly nice, but it's possible that after getting reduced to such low health so early on in the game, he may have rage quit and may in fact be in the exact same spot. It does happen, but not this time. Although to all practical intents and purposes, he may as well have. Yep, they're knocked out. And it's a testament to just how much mid-tier carnage is perpetrated by T67 drivers that Radley Walters Kolobanov's medal Defender, High Caliber and Top Gun game that RMHawkeye played in the T67 was only good enough for a first-class mastery badge. Maybe there is something to the claim that the T67 is the mid-tier seal clubber's machine of choice after all. You be the judge. And while you're judging, I'm off ski. Hope you enjoyed today's video, folks, and as always, take care, and I'll catch you next time.